How many buy?
For the involved
You're gonna make
integration
$22.
mentioned, should I elaborate on that, or do you think like your explanation today was like?
My explanation today should have helped. I wouldn't elaborate hugely on it, but I wouldn't just mention it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not enough just to say it. Trent just finished his 2 days ago, and I'm a little depressed to actually do the percentages, so I'm doing other things that are more important. Well,
Don't you give it to them tomorrow?
I just have to do the percentages, I have to sit down, and I've been staying here till like 9:30, 10 every night, doing notes and doing.
Miss D.
Why didn't you have us help?
No, well, you guys did help, that was huge. I just have a million involved things to watch for. Missions should be somewhere next. I'll do that once spring break starts.
We,
I need to leave this one.
oh, 90 years up? I don't know how many it is.
Huh?
I don't know how many it is. She's not coming on for a while.
She just needs to sign it, that's what it is.
I can't. Honestly, because I don't know what she's done, I don't know when she's coming home. Because she's already had break.
But I
And
mean,
she's swamped with-
theoretically, if you could just get her password, you could sign in and
Oh,
do everything medical, and then
I'll sign for her.
have Maggie or your mom like hold it. I mean, you could.
Is Maggie the youngest?
And then sure, your mom have a picture of her somewhere.
Already.
Yeah.
You just see mine. I'm pretty sure it was black and white, and like the worst quality ever.
You see, Ryan does his passport photo from when he was like 8th grade.
That's awesome.
Not that ridiculous.
You sign your
We're recording.
passports?
Hi, Joyce. Anyway, we're trying to get to our packets. There's a new polar area packet, Joyce, that you'll see somewhere or others, and we're going to get to that too. But we need to go over questions. So, questions from Logistic and Oilers before we turn it in.
Oh, FRQ,
Uh-huh.
for some reason, I didn't put it in my, like I checked my calculator, and I didn't put it in wrong, but it's giving me the wrong numbers.
For which one? For this one?
Wait, did I, never mind, my brother had it, it was in degrees. That was why. I was like, I checked that.
Maybe if you figure so you get you
Right?
Like half of it, and they brought up.
No, it was more.
I kind of know how to do
I
that.
know, isn't that cool?
But I
Because
suck
it was
at
the
it.
slope of the tangent line. And like,
But how do you
That's
understand how
actually
you're
so
switching
annoying.
to
Get a teacher, brother. Calculator.
parabola?
I know.
I didn't get that, but this is big new Oilers. I figured like they get closer and closer, they can estimate the point at which they need to stop. But I can figure
yeah, I figured with Oilers you can. It's not the ideal, it's the practical. That's how I took away from it. Because the ideal is like, oh, you're going to go on forever and it's going to have the perfect slopes and they couldn't get the right trajectory. But with Oilers, you can stop it at a point. You can use the tangent lines to, I think it's just more practical in the repositioning.
But like, how did you reposition? Like, how would that help them do it? I didn't get that. Like, how would that help them do the position?
I think they were trying to figure out a function that would allow the trajectory to go correct, but the functions were not, they weren't able to transition to a function that would be a straight trajectory vector sort of thing. But with Euler, since it uses tangent lines, you can use the slope at the instant in order to get a straight trajectory and not have to transition to another function. That's what I was thinking. But I don't know for sure because I didn't research it. It's one of those like, oh, that'd be cool, look into it and see how it actually applies.
But you know, it's good.
So hidden figures and
They already did it.
Eulers. Ah, okay, good.
For Euler's method,
Yes.
would an infinite? That was kind of a general question. Would a general would an infinite limit make Euler's like converge to the actual function?
Infinite limit of what?
Of Euler's method. If you do it forever, as the tangent lines get smaller, the x steps get smaller.
Okay, so you're not saying go on forever, because if you're going on forever, you're just going to higher. Oh, you mean within a fixed interval? Okay, you're just saying it wrong. Within a fixed interval, if you make the h, is that what we called it, or the delta x?
Yeah.
If you make the delta x approach infinity,
Honestly, I think I just.
if you make the number of steps approach infinity, the delta x's approach 0, then you would be converging to, because I mean the tangent lines will all be different. But that's not practical math in the sense of making that happen.
That's why we have Taylors.
Okay. Any discuss stuff or turn in right now for questions?
I got a question,
Okay.
15, I actually needed 14 with it, but just.
Or then 11.
Okay, 15, 14?
Yeah.
Or number 11?
What can I do?
We're just fixing this this is the right number.
You guys okay if I just use an actual graphing calculator and not like the one on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
George,
just ignoring you.
you just want to make your life harder.
No, he doesn't.
He admitted, he said yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, but in the totality of my life, that's no, because you guys spent how many hours here on.
Well,
So that's negated.
well, Karen, this is
It's
a
not a
question for
free
you.
pass for all of eternity, but.
Karen, this is a question for you.
I was telling
We'll tell her too. Karen, does George make Miss D's life harder?
I was gonna say I drive her crazy, but I'm Pete Everett's son.
And she is married to Penny Manning.
I didn't say that. I said big hands for that. However that happened is whether it was miraculous
You just
or
call him your spirit dad or something.
okay. Like I call you my real mom. Where the heck is my packet?
Okay, there's nothing else, Jackie, anything?
Okay.
Hey, Deb, that's it? Margot and Amanda,
She
and
knew.
11.
That's
Yeah, just.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, let's start with number 11. What do we know? Now my eye itches and I don't want to touch it. So
No, I know that's
Do
fine.
it.
It's like when someone tells you don't
Why
be
don't
like itchy,
matter?
you're itchy now.
It's like that one quote from Huck Finn.
Murder.
When
Yeah,
he's,
Although I
one
did
quote-
sanitize.
he's hiding
Then I
from Jim,
touched
he's
her
like,
and she
itch.
touched the outside.
You know when you got an itch, you just want to scratch you more?
How do you remember?
I liked the accent. You did.
Last night, Jill and I were talking. I was like,
I'm not sure it's authentic.
Well, it's
What are you
way
guys
off.
talking about?
last night we were talking. I was like, yeah, I drive Miss D crazy, but she still loves me.
You drive?
Yeah. No, I didn't drive. She wouldn't be drive.
I know people are like, why'd you spell drive wrong? You need to be a boss.
You're stupid.
They're like, was that on purpose?
It's called excited. Okay, so
Get smart. Yes.
we did calculus in
I
college.
just said 14, 15, not 11.
Although you'll be really sad. 14, 15, and 11. So number 11, the number of people in the city increases according to the law of exponential growth. Oh, interesting.
That's scary.
A little bit. Well, no, population does grow exponentially. Usually decreases exponentially as well. That'd be just decay. There are 20,000 people in the year. Okay, so we have an initial. True. And we have 25,000 people in the year 2008. How fast is the population increasing in the year 2008?
We go to year 3000. That much change, but they live on the water.
Alright, we're done. So, how fast is a rate, right?
Yeah.
So we know, what do we define in order to find the rate?
C and K.
C and K. Oh, good thing we have 2 points, right?
Yeah.
So this is seriously like pre count?
But Miss, why don't we use Weismann's?
Because it's not logistic exponential. Exponential goes like this forever, logistic goes like this for a while, and then levels because there's some sort of carrying capacity.
That makes sense.
Does that make
I was
sense?
like, yeah.
Yeah, vice translate to no.
Okay, I was trying to figure it out when you were saying it, and I was like, no, it's not clicking.
Ain't nobody messing with my click.
And so then we can plug in the 25,000. C e to the k times. No, not 0. 3. Good. 3 years from the year 2005, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can just plug in C. Forget that. I just scratched it out.
Yay. Not.
Oh, because you can follow me. Follower. 25 over 20 is 5 over 4. So we have 5 over 4 is equal to e to the 3k.
You're my fearless leader. You told me to kill somebody else to do it.
No,
Start a cult.
that is not healthy in any way, shape, or form to ever trust anyone that
Whether
much.
it's healthy or not doesn't change the fact that
Besides
you start a cult.
The Lord is our fearless leader.
No, you're my fearless leader.
No.
Did you say kill Jackie?
I
Oh,
did not.
Jackie said it. She said it.
You know that's ironic. My devotion this morning,
It's about
the Lord
murder.
said, I alone am God. So we can't trust anything, any dream, any desire of our heart, any person, because it will eventually let us down. We have to stand on the Lord.
Oh,
That means that Martin Luther King had a dream, and he died, so he let us down. We can't trust him.
okay.
You guys
Anyways.
were assassinated.
Okay. I don't know why I started this. My bad, Christine. Let's just go.
Okay, so then plug and chug and we're good to go. Wait, but we want y prime, true? Alright,
Okay.
so then find y prime and then plug in such that c equals 20,000,
What is my problem?
k
Oh, you can just
equals
plug in your calculator.
1/3 ln of 5/4. Or you do e to the times u prime. That works. And then t is equal to 3. Done, 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 done.
That's the product rule.
You don't, c is a constant.
KT.
K is a constant.
Are we plugging K?
I would.
And it's cracking calculator.
So you could just plug in the whole thing and then do n derived at 3. What'd you guys get?
C.
1860.
Nice. We'll just say it, make the leap in at like 14.
Not a miracle occurred.
This is not a miracle. It's just steps that we don't want to take time for. Logistic. Uh-oh. What form is this puppy in?
Logistic.
Not the normal form though, right? Where's L? I don't know.
You can pull out the 1 over 26.
Yes. I need to pull out the 1 over 26. So we're going to get my ky times L minus y. Does that make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So then pulling out, I should say, the 1 over 26.
Difficult.
Or we can multiply by 26 over 26 and then pull out the over 26 part.
Yeah. 1 over 4 fraction.
4 over
4
100.
over 100, so 2 over 50.
2 over 50 times 26.
Oh, 1 over 25.
It ends up being 1 over 200.
2 over 25, so 50 over 26, is that what you said?
I got y over 200. I believe.
It should be.
Oh, okay.
1 over 60.
Because I got 4 over 100.
It's 1 over 25.
I got 2 over 50. And I multiply by 1 over 26 and the 2 canceled out with the 26. We did 1 over 50 times 1 over 13. 50 times 13 is 200.
Which is 25 times 26, not right.
Wait, no.
I don't
I
think
just
Wayne-
It wouldn't be even, it'd be a 50.
650.
Is it not 650? Because 12,
Yeah,
12
it'd be
quarters would be 60 and you add another 50.
I did it by hand.
12.
Because it'd be 26 quarters.
650. Oops.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, Dad.
How do you use oil?
Big dog.
So somehow I got 15 right.
If the initial amount, oh, we're not even doing logistic. That's funny.
Yeah.
If the initial amount is 2, so that's y of 0, right? So y of 0 equals 2. How do we do Euler's? Using 2 steps to get to 1 from 0.
Well, that's
you.
you.
Let's use 0.5 of the step. I contributed and I'm done.
No. What about the squiggles? You can do
I have
squiggles.
no idea.
Oh, squiggles!
Just say squiggle, and then you're good. You're
Oh,
continuing.
squiggle. That's too much contributing now.
Because as soon as you move away from the point of tangency, isn't it approximate now?
Right, but I still have no idea what to do next.
Okay, wait, pause. Equation of a tangent line.
Y equals mx plus b.
Think y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1.
So, 2.
And so we say
Nine.
y is approximately y1 plus m, which has something to do with the differential equation times delta x. That's Euler's.
Is this a 2 or an 8? I have no idea.
So take the earlier y value,
Okay.
right? That's my y1.
Okay.
And then we do plus m, that's my derivative. So my derivative would be dy dt such that you have the 0.02. I think the notation we did was technically a capital F. Which way do you guys like better, dy dt or capital F?
Capital F.
Capital F of 0.2 times, and my delta x, that was 1/2, right? 0.5. I can do an equals because I did an approximate earlier. So that'd be 2 plus, what can we plug in? We don't even plug in 0, huh? We only plug in 1.
1 over 325
I mean,
times 28. Nope, not 28. 24.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it.
He's having too much fun.
Well, 1 over 325?
You guys use the fraction, you think you can mess things up, right?
I'm at it.
Oh,
Wow, let's just call me out. Good thing. Look at this.
Look at it.
Thanks. No, I actually have it in like that. That's cool.
She's not good at all.
Hey, you roasted me really hard earlier. I want to get your back for it.
What? What did I say?
Retaliation is not the answer. Okay, so
yes,
we have.
retaliate, anarchy, murder. Oh.
What did I say?
Do you guys get 2.0369?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put a few more in. So we go ahead and take our build off of that, right? Euler's builds.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes, we can.
Oh,
Got
seven,
talking
four.
trucks
Oh, well,
and got
.039.
And we're gonna do these weird things with these taco trucks and people.
2.039.
Yeah. Wait, where'd the 0.5 come from? Oh, never mind.
Step size.
Stevie, I'm missing that 6. I don't know how you got that 6. You have it's 2.03692. I have 2.0392.
Anybody else, what do you guys have? I did 0.04 times 2 times 1 minus 2 over 26, which is 0.073846, and multiply that by 0.5 for my differential equation times 0.5 is 0.03692 plus 2, so 2.03692.
5.
Is that wrong?
According to Drake.
Got it.
Huh? No, I got it wrong. My answer's not even an option, so I don't know what I did.
My answer wasn't
I
an
ended up
option.
with Did you add the
Yeah,
2
2.36.
I'm going with C. Which answer C?
Ooh, ew. Dang, I didn't get one of the options either. Maybe there's one.
I got E.
Oh, I multiplied by 0.5, that's what I did.
You silly goose.
I know. This is why you're not supposed to do equations and steps.
Where's the seal?
I got D.
Oh yeah, D, sorry, I remember that.
There we go.
Equals D.
2.074469.
Yay, Kobe's English.
Alright, we good?
Is it okay for like a big long decimal? I just put a bracket, I put A, and use that for the next step.
I really weird
Multiple
even.
choice? Nobody's
If Euler's method is used to approximate the entire logistic function, what would the amount be when the approximation goes from being too small to too large?
What?
I
You doing
just-
a convergence or something? This is stupid.
I just did L over 2.
I just found
Number 2. Isn't it just
the derivative. Because the note says when it changes from concave up to concave down. So
Never mind.
Does that make sense? Because it's the under and then it's the over?
So, yeah.
Or I should say the under and then the over.
Yeah, but that's L over 2 because L over 2 is the amount when concavity changes. What'd you get?
Okay.
Which was L in the thing
Sorry.
again?
First try.
I didn't know I said no, sorry, I was distracted by an email I got. So concavity changes for logistic at the point of inflection, and the point of inflection is when y equals L over 2, which is just over 2. It's just
Oh,
their-
that would
Because
have
they
been
did not
easier to
ask
do
at
that.
the time.
I didn't think of that. I didn't. Okay. That's smart.
Did you do less minus left and then find it?
No, I
Graph the
I
differential.
distributed and then I was dy dx, then I did d squared y
Okay.
dx squared, and then set that equal to 0.
So you did the old fashioned way.
Yes. Which, I mean, it worked. Yeah.
Okay. And then I think that was all you guys asked for.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah. I have to plug in C.
I'm gonna come around and spot check and get your grades down. How much of the packet am I telling you guys to do?
Pause.
Are you doing evens for bonus?
Later.
Okay. Has anybody done evens for bonus? Joyce did. That's why I was marking down her bonus, and I was like, oh, I didn't know if I checked for you guys' bonus.
She's such an
I've
overachiever.
done
Okay. Are you missing more than one?
Bless her.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll get your 100% done right now. And evens are available up until
They're good until when?
the day of wedding.
Did you do all of them? Did you do Taylor one, Jackie? You were absent when we
Oh, I don't have it here.
Okay, you can just show me.
Hans? Alright, you guys are ready to go in the polar packet, let's see what we gotta start doing. And then, I was gonna crack them.
You see, I got your email last night for the PDF version of the FRQs, and I was like, video, study for members. Video, study for members.
How was it, awesome?
Yep.
The teacher saying that on time?
Oh,
Member versus like that big.
I-
And I got really
Okay.
excited.
I'm planning on doing it during ASB or
Yeah.
lunch. Or just lunch.
I turned 7th grade.
I did it
Which,
Why do we have so much homework in Weitzel's class?
I have no idea.
What did
You weren't there.
Wait, the thing due tomorrow, like the scan thing?
No, those are due over break. We have to do 3 scan phone tests and an essay and read another
There was an
100 pages. Yeah, the packet he gave us that said not to open it, that's an essay
that
thing.
thing.
And then we have to read another 100 pages.
So you opened it?
Is there more copies? No.
Yeah, there is
Wait,
still.
you weren't supposed to open it, but we're supposed to write an essay?
Not yet. The essay's over break. It's all over break.
But I can't. You don't understand. How are you gonna know if I open it before break? And why is it a big deal if I open it before break?
Maybe try to do
Because
something
he
else.
wants you to like actually do it.
Like with the time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't have time to do it time, so he can suck it up.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
True, but as a teacher, that's why I made that whole Saturday thing, so that you guys have an idea of the time.
Misty, he kind of called you out on that. He goes,
Yeah, yeah.
at least I don't make you come in for
On
3
Saturday.
hours on a Saturday.
It's okay. My dad's
4
not
hours.
But yeah, he said that. He was like, yeah, I just make you do 3 hours over the break. I was like,
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're gonna have to read book 2 over break, and he covered his face like as if he was scared of us, which he's not.
then again, we have to read book 1 tonight.
Yeah, we have to read book 1 by tomorrow, and then we have to read book 2 and do all that AP practice over break, and then I have Gov homework,
But we
which I'm
have
probably not
1
gonna
day
do.
to read.
Then I have
100
Calc homework,
pages.
which I'm contemplating whether I'm gonna do.
100
Yes, Cody.
pages.
I'm gonna have these.
How many corrections?
Quoting
Everything else
first,
is
and I think I'm
optional.
gonna have to these. Or at least the one that you give us.
Well, I mean, I'll be working on
It's just so much that I don't have. Like, I want to
I'm
actually
working
read
that
this
long.
book, but there's not enough time to read it.
Like on the way
How
there,
come like
like at
everyone's
night,
doing
hopefully.
homework over break?
Because there's no way I'm gonna have time.
Zach, is it?
Oh my god.
Because I'll be back.
For your class.
So Sunday there's no way I'm gonna have time. Maybe Saturday if I don't do anything. Tomorrow or
In the coding,
Friday.
you should be able to get.
I'm gonna get
I don't know how many times I can do it.
a 5. That's funny. Hopefully.
I would think that'd be the easiest, but maybe it's easier to do something else than like be talking and hanging out. Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking about hiding in the room and writing an essay. I kind of have to do Gov, but
See,
I'm
I
also
couldn't do
like,
it in the car. Like I could do coding in the car, but I can't focus and it doesn't work.
I mean, I just don't want to, like last year I was doing the coding in the car, and then like, the girls were kind of like,
Oh, because you're doing it out
Oh,
loud.
you say it out loud.
yeah, well, we have to.
Thanks. That's
Oh, I usually do it in my head.
You can do it in
Are
your
we
mind.
supposed to say it out loud?
You're technically supposed to have some sort of audible, but
Oh.
I've been acting like
This
a
was a
friendly
friendly Johnson. I cannot
for
believe you.
2 years now. In my
no,
head.
I said out loud. I said it could be quietly out loud.
I think I've been doing this wrong for
Yeah.
for 2 years then.
I did it out
Because
loud.
otherwise it's not a quote, you know? If you don't say it, it's not a quote. That's why it's perfect.
But I don't necessarily say it to be like blah 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 blah. You'd be like,
There's no other volume.
and that's a lot.
There's
Oh,
no other
right.
volume for me.
Alright, that's fair.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah, yeah.
I think I would kind of say, I don't know. I'm sorry, Misty. I should get no credit from you.
I could just change to writing it like 10 times.
No.
Okay,
Just
that-
turn it
no,
all
I'll
the
do
right.
it. Wait, write all of them 10 times?
Hey, I have
Okay.
proof of it then, right?
That is
Maybe I
true.
would change.
You know what? I
Maybe
mean,
for AB,
Yeah,
not for
for-
us.
I feel like
I
for
would
AB.
like mine doing that, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it would.
I wouldn't, I don't think,
AB
wait. If I
conference,
do it, can we meet in the middle and go 5 times? I'll just go buy 5 of those things and copy it.
For handwriting?
Uh-huh.
Copy
Yeah.
it. Like,
Copy from
photocopy.
mine. No, you know, like, look at
Like
my
photocopy.
Forevers and Evers, and copy them from there. Would that be the same thing?
What do you guys think? I'm not gonna say it to AB.
I would actually be okay with that.
Yeah,
That would,
yeah, yeah.
Because you are doing another.
I mean, I would have to buy
way of-
some of
sometimes
those
writing
things.
helps.
I just figured it would hurt,
Yeah.
but I could.
I mean, but I could do it quietly. I could do it anywhere. It doesn't have to be like, you know what I mean?
So can we do either write it 5 times or say it 10 times?
Let's say whatever the amount of times is.
Yeah, but
Or
the
whatever.
bonus I'm gonna say is equal, so if you get like a whole bonus for coding, I'm gonna say a whole bonus for writing.
Which is,
Cause I would say like 2 full codings will be like writing once, right?
Yes.
Cause we're trying to take time.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll say yeah. I'll say 2 codings to 1 writing.
and then how many
We do half and
codings do
half.
we need to do?
It's even more confusing for you, Misty.
But then you'll have 2.5. You have to do like a whole number. I'm not gonna do like a half quote or a half write.
Yeah, no.
What was it called? How many times do we have to quote this break?
It's 10 is 100, 12 is
102.
120%.
Ooh.
So I would need to do 6 or 7 writings to get to 120%,
I say 7.
right? I'm not sure I can do math.
That's 2 to 1.
I know. I still would say 7.
Oh,
So we have to write it for extra credit or write it for actual
I'd say
credit?
7.
You can write it for
Okay.
actual credit, or you can say them for actual credit.
True.
So I'd say saying twice is equal to writing once. So if there's 10 sayings, then you could do 5 writings all the way through.
The writings is gonna like.
So
So
seven
thinking
times
the
is
writing,
seven.
you're gonna do it in double the time. That's why I was thinking of
So
That
if
makes
I like, I write it once, that counts as
2 quotes.
If
And
you-
you just staple the writing to the, and I'll count as 2 checkmarks or 2.
and we do 12, so you can do just 6 writings,
7.
12, 7.
but it's 12 for
Yeah,
I
for
know
the
it's
bonus.
For bonus.
Alright, so 7.
Yes.
Okay,
I want to do that. It's something different.
Yeah.
I like it different. Maybe I'll bring it up to 80.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
But then you would have to look through.
But you would have
Seven.
proof
I would
that
have
they
to
actually did it, because
But you would have to make sure that they're not just writing anything. You know what I mean? Because a lot
We
of
can help you
kids-
grade
Well, I can see the calculus. How many people are really gonna take me up on writing when they could just quote it out loud and then not have integrity because they don't have integrity?
That's true.
I'm saying how many people. I'm not saying everyone doesn't have integrity, but
You give them the points anyways, even though you don't even.
Well, she
well, it's
doesn't know.
integrity. I do it in a lot of things.
She doesn't know if they did or didn't do it, but she can assume that they didn't. But they
They're gonna have a forever final, so if they like ace the forever coding and they bomb the final, which one's worth more? Okay, these are all examples of polar areas. Let's just get to.
I can't figure out the first one.
Yeah, I
Well,
do
x
either.
equals r cosine theta.
Like,
So I think you have to plug in each point though, don't you? To see which one works.
That's a weird butt point.
These are X, Y's, right?
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah, they give us
Polar
rectangular and they want us to
coordinates.
do the rectangular, that's the thing. Yeah. Which of the following points?
This is rectangular. We're looking at
can we
the
just
pole.
do R cosine
Yeah, I
theta?
read that a second time.
Or R.
You
Oh,
just
yeah.
have to go backwards.
Schmucker.
And I think you have to test each point.
And I
unless
think
there's a simpler
easier
way.
to do. You could do negative 2 squared, right? R is equal to square root of X squared plus Y
Yes.
squared.
Oh, I guess I'm two.
And then just do cosine inverse of R.
Tangent.
So that'd be
Well,
square root of 4 plus 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 plus 4 is 16. So R is equal to 4.
So it has to
Technically
be
plus
either
or
C or
minus.
E.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually does make it easier.
Wait, it can be B, C, or D.
Or it could be B, C, or E.
Where's B? Oh,
Huh?
yes.
And then
BC.
for theta, we can do tangent inverse
Oh, okay, so it is.
of B over A. Because remember, guys, the triangle, it's all about the triangle. You can go out R, or you can go over X, up Y, and then you have your theta.
When you say B over A, do you mean X over Y or Y over X?
Sorry, Y over X.
Over.
Yeah, Y over X. For tangent, opposite over adjacent. So negative 2 root 3 over negative 2. And this is in the third quadrant since X and Y are both negative,
No,
right?
but
Power through.
they're because the negatives cancel out.
The negatives cancel out for tangent, so I am going to end up with just root 3. Square root of 3 over 3, well, square root of 3. That's 60 degrees.
This would be.
So
five,
this is
five,
my
three.
60. So
Four
pi over 3 it would be an option, or 5 pi over 3 would be an option. No, 4 pi over 3.
4, 5, 3.
4 pi over 3. So forget the pi over 4s, forget the over 6s. Okay, sweet. Let's do C.
I should be writing this down.
Does that make sense?
X squared plus Y squared equals R.
And if you guys are wondering why I say that little jingle, it actually has to do with Luca. It has to do with the cheater chart for the sine and cosine.
Wait, say it one more time.
Do you guys know the cheater chart for the unit circle?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while since I showed it.
Yeah, it's just like a chart, it's a straight up chart. That's
Oh,
supposed to
really?
be, yeah.
Oh, that just seems like so much more work.
I know, right?
Well, it depends. I'll show you real quick, just because you know unit circle shows up And yes, some of you guys know it well, some of you guys take a while, but you get it eventually. Sign starts at 0. 1, 2, 3. This is Lucas Jewell. And he just ignores the 1s and 0s for some reason. 3, 2, 1, all over 2. Square root of 3 over 3, 1 square root of 3. So then whenever I see tangent, and if I know it's one of these, I've just gotten to where I'm like square root of 3 over 3, 1 square root of 3, and so I'm 30, 45, 16. Just it's fast. But
Wait, you
Yeah, I
zeros
think
in the
I'm-
ones?
what?
Did you say you wrote the zeros in the ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that-
Probably because like they just memorize on the axis. It's from Brazil. Probably they just memorize on the axis, and so it's that when you can think about the graph, but everything else is too hard.
Like,
That's why they come to America for
The
school.
But the cheater chart, even
Why is he a higher math?
Dr. T used
Dr.
Well,
T, I love
a
that
lot of
guy.
international students when they come, they get transferred into a lower math than possibly they could do because there's some sort of gap in. Because internationally,
So
like
where
in Uganda, I don't know if it's the same way in Brazil, but in Uganda, kids were in like a senior level class. They're preparing for anyway. It's all special. They start specializing when they're juniors, sophomores, as to what field they're going to go into, and so they kind of ignore the rest. But there were top kids in high school before taking the test into university. And P.S. You can't progress to the next grade level until you pass a standardized national test. So you have kids that are like 15 who are in second grade. But they were doing crazy, like way advanced calculus and differential equations. Anyway, they were doing like crazy way advanced. Like I didn't understand the math of what they were doing, but then the next day they were learning basic sequences and series. So what they do is, I think that's even somewhat in China, if correct me if I'm wrong, Jackie, but like they're learning derivatives way early because they learn like kind of like the easy things at this grade level. Then they learn all the hard things all across the way. There's no like algebra and geometry and calculus. Like it's all together, easier, a little bit harder, a little bit harder, a little bit harder. So they introduce all these ideas at different. Anyway.
So they don't have,
The way that
they don't go
Brazil-
in order of algebra, algebra 2?
I think that,
That's a very English thing.
I think that the way
I like the way
they explained
they
it
do
is
it.
that in Brazil, I
You
think they start like
specialize,
7th or 8th
Right
grade,
away.
and then from
That's
there
what
it's
that's
just you are studying to pass a test. When you're done, and when you pass that test, it determines what college you can go to and all that. So like they learn everything. They don't learn like they learn everything just to pass the test. They don't learn it.
I mean, that's what a lot of people do
So
here.
it's like
too.
we have to learn how to do sine, cosine, tangent.
So
So
if
this
you
is how
get-
you're gonna do it, but this is what it really means or something like that. I don't know. But then that's why they all can do it.
But that way, when you get into a college, like they know that you'll be able, like you are primed for that position. Which
But I don't think he said that it was specialized.
just for college in general.
But I don't know how you could be okay with just knowing how things work. It's not or just knowing what.
Well, I'm sure
Like
some
the
people
results?
dig deeper, like
Right.
natural curiosity and
Right.
want
Like,
to learn.
I would be bugged that to know just the results and not know how the results happen.
How many American kids just make it like.
Like these charts, like it's just I know the song, so the song says that's what it is. Well, why is it like that? Like why is the song? What's the basis for the song? How do I know something? Stupid song.
That's why a lot of cultures are very excellent in their performance and their ability to perform and their ability to do, but then some of the creativity is lost. But then Americans, maybe the creativity is there, but then our work ethic and our diligence is like.
No, it's worse than that.
That's the American dream, though, right? Just to get lucky.
You get lucky, make money, and not really.
Yeah.
Know anything?
But that's not where it started though. Where it started was if you work hard enough at what you want to
You
do,
will have to work
you
for
will
it.
achieve.
Yeah.
You guys get number 3?
I did number 2.
Right, R equals in rectangular form.
Oh, you
cosine
need
theta.
X's and Y's?
Or you can just square that and equals x squared plus y squared.
Oh, that's true.
Can't we just think about our triangles some more? Who's cosine of theta?
What sign?
Adjacent over
X over r.
Who's sine of theta? And isn't this what you would get if you use Georgie's like x equals r cosine theta, y equals r sine theta? So you could go ahead and plug in r is equal to 1 over 4 times x over r minus y over r. Okay, and multiply top and bottom by r.
Is that what you said you learned multiplying by the conjugate and like you got it?
Well, like this idea of simplifying without actually doing without doing common denominators. Although I guess I could, but I just don't have to.
So when did they learn algebra and like?
But I mean, you have to know how to do it. I don't understand how you cannot know how to figure out a variable.
Well, I'm not saying they don't do algebra. Like they definitely have done algebra, but sequences and series weren't. 4x minus y equals 1. Yay! Since subtract the 1, we get A.
From now on, should we just make a triangle every time we see something about rectangular?
Well, to be honest, I think it's one of the easiest ways, but do you need to, for derivatives in polar, do you need to know x equals r cosine theta and x equals r sine theta?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's it's faster than using a triangle, making cosine, solving for x. So I like those formulas, I like how they work, but the triangle is good for anything else besides that use. Does that make sense?
Oh, I'm still lost in this.
Ooh!
Algebra,
Graphing
and they just go right to calculus?
Which of the following is?
It's not considered algebra, this, like,
Right. They cover introductory of all these different fields at like the easier ideas of all the fields. Then they go a little bit higher in all the applications.
like they learn like the area of a triangle the same time that they're learning.
Like,
Yeah, it's like they're learning all those first things that you learned, like the beginning of the
Yeah.
year, all at once.
It's like derivative rules. And this is even,
but they didn't,
Jackie, I might be wrong on this
what
too.
if they don't even know what
But like I
derivative
see
is?
a lot of kids from China come in and like right away they're like, oh, I know derivatives, easy. But if I show them like a word problem, well, English is also hard. But if I show them like a more complicated differential equation or something else, then they start to get stuck. But since they know how to do the easy like power rule, they're like, oh, I know all of calculus. I'm like, no. So I start showing them a hard limit, or I start showing them like word problems that are very hard. That's why.
Is that why that kid wanted to take the AP Calc exam?
I don't know. What would you say? Because you learn like the foundational, like some of the easy formulas, kind of, right? And they do build on it, but when they come here, they think since they know the easier, they're like, oh, easy, I know all of it. I'm like, no. So then they have to learn, because there's someone who took the AP test 2 years ago and thought they knew, and then it didn't go well. Because they tried to skip, and they need to learn more, like the depth of it. But they do know derivatives way earlier than kids here. Kids here, like, what are derivatives? I don't know.
Well, do they know what a derivative is?
I don't know.
Do they know that it's a slope of a
Like the
triangle?
limit. Okay. I don't know either.
Interesting.
He's like, I don't know what a derivative is.
No. Jackie? Yeah. We're kidding. But they learn the rule way earlier.
Wait, when I
A
was
lot of
scared,
concepts are lost.
what if Sam didn't know what a derivative was? Okay, cool.
You can't be a cat.
He knows me.
He knows everything.
Stand deliver the whole like fourth dimension with dolphins.
Okay, that guy used to grab things in his head and do things like crazy. What?
Fourth dimension will call.
Where are you guys going with number 5? Oh, you didn't watch it. Stand deliver.
I mean, group chat.
Calculus.
Yep, FRQ, my IQ. Same thing.
Yes, you're gonna make sure that your calculator's in ready mode for the AP test.
Yep.
I want to make sure I calculate battery before they teach it.
Kiddos, how can we figure out the graph only has 2 petals on 0 to 2 pi? What are we checking out on
You
that?
would have to see the.
Graph it?
Just graph it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's graph it.
But when we graph it, how do we know how much it's graphed?
I just heard it too high. Gotta go
So
way
you
down.
change the window 0 to 2 pi.
I was like trying to like, okay, we gotta.
I mean, the circle thing, right? The little cursor that shows us where we're going.
Yeah.
Oh, I just missed it.
The freshman class has 6 numbers on student class.
Yeah.
It's there, but it's not in class. It's social media.
False.
Yeah.
False. It has all 4 petals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, forget that one. Then number 2, if a particle is moving along the curve, which is the rows, the 4-leaf rows, in the direction of increasing theta is traveling towards the origin when theta equals pi over 6. How on earth can we know that?
Use the little circly thing.
Use the circly thing, but how do we know where pi over 6 happens?
You gotta put it into the calculator value thing and just like up to there.
So check out how it graphs. You guys see it graphs up, and then it goes over, and then it goes
Nope.
up, down, over, and then up. I think that's the way it goes. Okay, so then pi over 6, can you hit value in the calculator for this mode? And the answer is yes. So you can hit value, and then you can go ahead and go to pi over 6, which is right here. And pi over 6 is it headed towards the origin?
Yes, but no. It's not like it's it's eventually gonna get there.
It's eventually going to get there. How at hypothesis?
No.
No,
Not-
because it's before the maximum, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way to do calculus to do this and to figure this one out instead of just looking at the graph and saying no?
Check the tangent line.
What
Like
about the tangent?
if you graph the tangent line, you'll see that it's not heading in the direction of the.
So dy dx.
No, you already did it.
Okay, and then what would we be looking for d theta?
Or dy or
They're different, right? What is-
ddt of
what is equal
y
to?
over ddt of
Pause. When
Oh,
r
cosine
prime,
theta.
wait, r prime is radius, right? Isn't radius how far from the origin?
Yeah.
So if dr d theta or r prime is positive, what's going on to the radius?
It's an increase.
Increasing away from the origin is how the AP puts it. If r prime is negative, what's going on? R is decreasing towards, so we would check if pi over 6 is r prime positive or negative. Does that make sense? That's a hard concept that we talked about a lot. Alright, cool kids, try this packet. Tomorrow we're going over questions. Just come with what you're not able to get done. Cool? Okay. What you're not able to get.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
and here is the
Here?
tell me what you are able to get done.
Don't worry, we'll be able to get done this bag by the end of the school year.
Hey, one there.
I think that light will be like 20 days.
What's the question earlier? So, oh yeah, no. And I wants to go
that weekend? We have Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
tomorrow or Friday. My dad wants. I was like, "Are we doing something for your birthday?" To Thursday because that's his actual birthday. He's like, "No, we'll do something Friday." I'm like, "We're going to church Friday night." He's like, "We'll go out to something like that." Church is gonna end at around 8, 9 o'clock. Well, what do you want us to do at that time?
Georgie, party all night in your culture, right?
No, I'm tired.
Bye, buddy.